Alright, what's up everyone? It's Just. Want to do a quick bubble skip tutorial for... really for like anyone I guess, but any newer runners. There's been a lot of newer runners recently and been having trouble with it. And it's really not that hard once you kind of get the hang of it, and probably a few tips that'll help out. So I figured I'd do this. I got a couple save states that I made that should help. So, coming into this, I'm assuming you went to Magic Cave. You may or may not have gotten a P-Bag. You may or may not have done early trophy. You may or may not have gone to Shield Town. But in any case, you're going to be coming out of this cave, you know, either from Trophy or from Shield Town or whatever, or straight from Magic Cave. Whichever route you like taking. You want to try to not lose momentum, really, in any of those areas. So, I mean, the first part of the game, you should have pretty much down to what you're doing. So you're going through Magic Cave a certain way every time. You're going through Shield Town every time the same way, or whatever. We try to not, like, stop in caves, or, like, I mean, this louder, you can kill him. You want, some people will kill him. I just failed, but you know what I mean. But we're trying to not, like, waste frames, increasing the chances of random walks when you get out to the desert here. I can't really explain exactly why that happens sometimes. If you waste time in any given cave, the next screen, sometimes you'll have strange encounters that you don't really want to see. And some screens you actually do want to see random walks. You kind of want them to just get out of your way, but it's hard to control. So anyway, that's not really super important, but you will notice sometimes that if you do something out of the ordinary than what you're used to, then you'll get different spawns or different encounters. So, so my save states here, basically we're just doing everything how I normally do it all the way up to this point without really stopping. So first thing we're gonna do, when you come out of the cave, I made the state at the beginning of the cave, so I'm gonna do it. Normally I don't kill this louder. You can if you want. It's not a huge difference. That's more of a XP and P1 kind of thing. So first things first, when we get here, I actually like to do this. It doesn't really matter. You can waste steps, you can not waste steps, you can stand on this tile, you can stand on the tile to the right of this tile. It doesn't make a huge difference. The goal is to obviously just dodge this first encounter and get over to the bubble skip tile and wait there for the next one. So one thing that'll really help here that I didn't actually know for like 3 years, I actually didn't learn this till I think, I don't know, when reverse bubble skip became a thing, when Lordo started doing that, is when I learned about it. Link Hero of Twitch, I think, mentioned it. But in any case, so there's two different kinds of spawns. Generally, when they appear, they're either going to appear and immediately be converging on Link. Basically just, they appear moving. Or they're going to appear and kind of sit there for whatever, a few tenths of a second. Maybe not even, just some frames. And then they start converging on Link. So that's important. You want to try to make sure you note what encounter you get here. Because whichever one you get, if you get we'll call it fast versus slow. So fast ones is when they spawn and they're already moving towards Link. If you get a fast one here, the one at the bubble skip is going to be a slow one. So they're going to spawn and then they're going to wait a little bit and then they're going to converge. And vice versa. If you get a slow one here, you're going to get a fast one when you get to bubble skip. So that is really helpful for not having to kind of react. Like, when I was, the first few years of playing this game, I didn't know that, so I'd get down to bubble skip and I'd have to kind of react to whichever spawn I got. But this makes it a little bit easier. So here, that was a fast spawn. We'll do it again just so you can see it. I should get the same spawn every time if I don't kill the louder here, because I'm going through the cave the same way. So this is going to be, I believe, a fast spawn, right? Okay, that was a slow spawn. So now we're going to get a fast spawn down here. So what we're going to do, on a fast spawn, you basically want to move as soon as you see them. So we're just going. And that's it. You just lure them in a little bit. And, I did hesitate just maybe like a frame or two when I got to the tile just to make sure that they were moving to the right. And then I went down and got caught. So, slow spawn there. We're gonna get a fast spawn here. And we're just gonna go. Now, that actually, I went a little bit, it's not like, you don't have to be frame perfect. Like, I went a little bit late there, and honestly, if I had gotten a small encounter instead of a large encounter on the, wherever that large encounter was, I think I would have got clipped. Their hitboxes are a little bit different, so you do have to be somewhat precise, but it's not, you don't have to be perfect. Alright, so there's our slow spawn. We're gonna get that fast spawn. Once we get down here, we're just gonna go. Now, sometimes they'll random walk you. Bubble skip is not 100% guaranteed for anyone. Any, you know, world record holder, if you're the best player in the world, or if you're just learning, you can't expect to get it every time. You should, I mean, for me, it's something you should get 80 to 90% of the time, as long as you know what you're doing. But you will get random walks sometimes. Sometimes the encounters will spawn and just all go upwards and they won't follow you. Or you'll get fairies and they'll just fly away. So there's nothing you can do about it sometimes, but as long as you kind of know what to look for. Now, alright, let's see what happens if I kill the ladder. I'm going to try to get a few different spawns, because there is some that appear trickier, but as long as you do the same timing, you're going to get it every time. So let's see what spawn I get here. Alright, so I think that was a fast spawn. Sometimes it's a little tough to tell. Now we're gonna hesitate. See, so I walked to the right there, and then I stopped and let them come a little bit closer to Link. You basically want to start moving when they're about a tile away from Link, because then you know that you're gonna kite them down with you. What happens if you don't, I might not be able to simulate it. It still sometimes works if you don't do the hesitation. Oh, I wanted to kill that louder. I'm trying to get that same spawn again. Alright, so that was a slow spawn. We're gonna get a fast spawn now. So I actually can't really show off. Yeah, I'm getting pretty easy spawns here. Oops. Oh, you know what? My other save state, I think, has a fast spawn first if I kill the louder. So let's try this one. Might have wasted a couple extra frames there. There is one spawn. Okay, that was slow, so we're gonna get a fast one. There is one that appears below you that makes it look really tricky, but if you time it right... Okay, that's the one right there. So it looked like, you could see he was below me and it looked like he was gonna get me, but since I timed that properly, I knew it was a fast spawn, so as soon as they're spawning, I'm going. And that guy that's below you, even if he's in your way, as long as you got it the proper timing, it's almost like a slink. He's just gonna move out of the way as you pass, and then he's gonna move behind you once you get past him. Just like that. Now that is a little tight. If I went a little earlier there, he would have caught me. If I went a little later, he would have caught me. But you just kind of have to trust it. Let's see what happens if I don't kill the louder here. That's the one I really wanted to show, because that's the toughest one, is when they're below you like that. You really have to be somewhat precise. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, that was a fast spawn. I screwed that up. Alright, so fast spawn, we're past it. Slow spawn, hesitated a little bit after moving right. I barely got that, but we did get it. So, yeah. I'm gonna try to show what happens if you don't hesitate, because sometimes... Alright, this will be actually a good spawn to show this on, assuming they do what I want them to do. We're gonna get that fast spawn here. Go. Now, I'm gonna get the slow spawn here, but if I'm gonna not hesitate on purpose and see if they actually catch me. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, but see, they random walked away. So that's the. So if you just go right away, but they're hesitating, one of two things is generally gonna happen. What just happened there, which is they kind of just forget about Link and start random walking, and you saw one of them came in from behind. So that's obviously not what we're looking for. The other thing that they'll sometimes do if you go early like that is they'll just walk into your path. Like that one earlier I was showing that kind of goes around you and lets you pass. If you time that wrong and go early, he does still try to go around you, but you're too early, so when he comes back, you're still in the way and he walks into you. So you gotta make sure if you get that slow spawn, what I like to do is as soon as I see them spawn, I'll move to the right, that one tile, and then I'll let them draw a little bit closer, and then I'll just go. So there's that fast spawn, slow spawn's coming up. Go right, draw them in a little bit, and then you're good to go. And it's subtle, but it's there. So it's worth noting, and this is important, pretty much any dodge or encounter skip in the game, like all the setups, all follow that same kind of hesitate logic. So now, this is the only one where you can kind of predict which spawn you're going to get, if you're going to get a fast or slow one, because the one out of the cave, I mean there might be other ones, but this is the only one that I really know of. So you do have to kind of have a keen eye, just like find a spot. I like to usually put my eyes to the right of Link and just wait for that spawn. And as soon as I see it, if they're moving, I move. And if they're not moving, you can still move one tile and then just like draw them in a little bit. So, for example, let me see if I can get a different, there's other places in the game that this is gonna work. And let's see here. Just give an example. Palace 3 is a good, I don't know if this is the right. Probably should have done a little research on these save states, but yeah. So this is fine. We'll just go back. I could just do leaving the palace. So leaving the palace, come over here. Now, same thing. They're gonna spawn. If they hesitate, I'm gonna hesitate. Then I'm gonna go right and down, or I might go right first and then wait and then go down. Okay, they random walked, so it doesn't really matter what happened there. We'll try to waste some frames, see if I can get a different spawn. Of course, I get a back spawn. That was a fast spawn anyway. But basically what I'm trying to say is it kind of all follows the same logic. If they hesitate and yeah, that was a fast spawn too, and I went too late. If they hesitate and I don't, they're gonna probably catch me by the time I get to that, like before I get to the cave. Okay, so that was no hesitation, and you can see that guy was still in the way. If I hesitated there, he would no longer be in the way. Getting these back spawns, which, if you get a back spawn there, that's ideal, obviously. If you get a back spawn, you don't have to wait at all, you can just go. Alright, see how I hesitated? It's super subtle, but I hesitated a little bit so I could get past that guy. If I just was going full speed there, he would have caught me. Because I would be a little bit early, and he'd be, you know, where he was. So it's kind of the same thing when we're coming out, when we're coming over here. You know, I go up, hesitate a little bit, and then go past him. If I do that without hesitating, and I got a slow spawn, they're just gonna nail me. So you can see, he's in my way now. He did random walk a little bit, but that random walk actually didn't matter if I had done that properly. Nice little hesitation there. Try it on the way back. Okay, they're random walking. There's nothing you can do about random walks a lot of the time. And that's partially because I'm wasting time in the cave. I'm just getting random spawns, so I don't know what I'm really gonna get here. See how he moved out of the way? That was the exact same spawn as Bubble Skip. Kind of went in my way, out of the way, and since I did that little hesitation, we're good to go. That was a fast spawn, so no hesitation, you just roll out. It's usually good to go up first and then do your side movement in a case like that. I know we're not on bubble skip anymore now, but it's basically the same. That's kind of what I'm trying to say is if you can do bubble skip, pretty much any of the skips and dodges are all the same. If you go to, the Reflect Town area by the maze, when you're starting the Dazzle Walk, react to what spawn you get, then go. If you just kind of go up and go, and they're not hesitating, that spawn that you're trying to go up and over will most likely just go up right into you. If you kind of hesitate and draw them in, what they're trying to do is they're trying to like get behind Link and chase him. I don't know why. That's just kind of the way it works. So, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to bubble skip. Just learn those hesitations. That little tip about whichever spawn you get coming out of the cave is going to be the opposite when you get down to bubble skip. That's huge. So, you just kind of have to just get a feel for it and just go from there, I guess. I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't really think there's much else I can show. I'm going to load this up one more time and just do another just quick showcase. So we'll kill the ladder here. I think this produces the fast spawn at the beginning, if I remember correctly, on this state. So we'll see what happens. I was wrong. That was a slow spawn. Alright, so we're gonna get the fast spawn. Oh, this is the one that creates the one under me. So this is the fast spawn. No hesitate. Get him in. Oh, see, okay. So I went a little slow. So I did need a little bit of a hesitation there. Making me look like an idiot, huh? Whatever. We'll see what happens. Alright. Slow spawn. Here's the fast spawn. Alright, and we're past and we're through. So I guess there is a very slight hesitation. I let go of the D-pad for maybe, a tenth of a second there. And then I kept going. You get the feel for it, so once you kind of pick that up, it's pretty simple. You're gonna, like I said, you're gonna miss it, but you should be hitting it 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the time, as long as you're not getting random walked. That's pretty much it. I hope this helps some people. I think I'll probably do a quick Magic Cave tutorial as well. A couple people have asked about that. There's a few Magic Cave tutorials out there. I just wanted to do like a short one as far as like inputs and the strat goes, I guess, as far as that. I don't want to get too technical about frames and P-bags and stuff like that, but we'll do that in another video. I hope this helped. If anyone has any questions, certainly leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as best I can. And, yeah, happy Zelda 2ing.